Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Real estate actually got worse after the bank rate cut in June 2024. Is that true or is it just a myth? So what is going on from month to month basis, and what is actually going on from 2003 and 2004? I will show you a couple of short clips from that era of 2023, house shortages, immigration, etc. And I would like to share the data with you, what is actually currently happening, because what you're looking on internet, TikTok, Instagram, and all the other platforms could be true or could be false. But I would like to try to clarify a couple of things when it comes to real estate. If you're wondering where I am currently, so I'm currently in Park Lawn, Toronto. This is a beautiful suburb right here close to downtown Toronto. It is driving distance 5 minutes from here. You could take a TTC, a streetcar, etc. It's beautiful. A lot of biking, a lot of people like to take their dogs, and it's just wonderful. So let's get back into the data. So Toronto real estate is down by 16% from last year. Now, depending who you actually talk to and what they're actually trying to sell you or talk you into, it is actually true. But let us get between May 2024, which is last month basically, and the data of June. So currently we're in July, but let's just look at those 2 months. So the sales in May 2024 were about 7,000 homes. In June 2024, the sales were about 6,200 homes. That's 800 homes less, right? So now between June 2024 and June 2023, which is the full calendar year, and that particular month of June, we see that the actual sales are down by 16%. So now let me show you a short video recorded by CBC News on September 10th, 2023.
We do want to make sure we're doing everything we can to change the financial equation for builders to build more quickly.
The federal housing minister is now saying he's eyeing different measures to help with building new homes faster in Canada, including lowering the federal GST portion of affordable housing projects and setting aside federal land to build rental housing.
And I'm trying to understand right now the best policies we can do to protect those people.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at that time in 2023, the government and everyone else was trying to entice these builders to build more homes, because we were in some kind of a housing shortage. The immigration was going through the roof and we needed more homes. So what was happening is obvious, right? Like, they're trying to push those builders to invest the money, to come up with the product, to fix this problem of housing shortage. Now, statistics regarding inventory activity, it is shocking between 2023 and 2024. So now the question to me is, okay, if we had a problem in 2023 with the actual housing prices, shortage, inventory and all of that stuff, which by the way was absolutely true, but then you look at the numbers in June 2023, 14,000 homes were for sale at that particular time, which at the time seemed to be low, and we were in a housing crisis. Now in 2024, we have a number of more than 23,000 homes for sale. So let me stop you right there. Okay, so where are these people? What happened from 2023 to 2024? Why aren't they buying these houses? Now the inventory is here. The bank interest rates is down by a quarter. It's not much, but it's enough to give that push. So why is anyone buying? Why isn't anyone buying these homes? So what is actually happening currently in this situation? So I would like to share another video with you from Global News on June 4th, 2023.
Critics also argue Canada's current housing crisis shouldn't have come as a surprise. Housing starts simply haven't kept up with population growth. To catch up, Ontario in particular is getting ambitious, with plans to build 1.5 million homes over the next decade. It's a promise that's going to be hard to keep.
The last time in this province that we built 750,000 homes in any 10-year period was between 1973 and 1982. So basically 40 to 50 years ago.
We have a plan to...
Federally, Justin Trudeau has set a goal of 2.5 million homes over the next decade. The bottom line is that industry experts see all those promises as a glass house, and the only solutions appear to be bricks.
I think 24 Sussex is the perfect symbol for a country that struggles to get housing right. If we can't house the Prime Minister and their family, we're in a load of trouble.
The Prime Minister's rundown residence hasn't been occupied in years, and with estimates to fix it running in the tens of millions of dollars, does it even make sense given the larger housing crisis? Mike Trollet, Global News, Toronto.
So as you can see in this video, in 2023, they're obviously claiming that the housing shortage is huge and they needed to build all these millions of dwellings in order to keep up with this particular demand in Canada and with immigration, which, yes, I do agree, but where are these people right now? So why is the actual inventory rising? As I mentioned before, we went from 14,000 homes in June 2023 to 23,000 homes in June 2024. So can anyone answer that question? So now moving on, like I wrote a note here, so housing shortage could not be caught up with population growth in Canada. That obviously includes immigration. So now, like all the news that you hear and all these TikTok realtors, and I will show you a couple of examples, is like, what is actually going on? What is actually going on with the realtors and with the actual era of realtors being, I'm not gonna say mediocre, but being more of people that are entertaining this particular segment of our economy. People are playing, they're laughing, they're filming all these crazy and funny, stories, which, yes, it's entertaining, but what are we doing to actually help our citizens and our people to get moving forward? So here are a couple of examples.
Sure about that? You sure about that?
For sale. I saw a sign out front.
I'm trying to help you in your bestie.
Oh, you're doing a TikTok. I'm sorry. Keep going. That's cool.
Interest rates high, it upsets me.
Is it for sale though? I'd love to take a look. I might be interested in buying.
In the hood, in the latest same fit.
Someone with the 919 number said, "Hey, I spoke to my boyfriend and he thinks I shouldn't buy a house right now because the market is going to crash and his uncle's sister's cousin bought a foreclosure 7 years ago, so we are going to just do that. Sorry for the trouble. I know you showed me 27 houses, haha."
You and your kids, realtor drip go woo.
How much longer do you think?
Get a new house for you and your kids. You miss every shot that
You sure about that? You sure about that?
If you want the house, then this is what you do.
Do you mind if I look at that? I'd like to look at the house. I might be interested in buying it.
They'll let it get pre-approved. Then we see.
Do you mind if I look around though?
You move. Hey, it's the real.
I'll go ahead and show myself.
Imagine all of the meat that you could take care of on this big deck.
No.
You
gotta be more professional.
Oh, shit.
Okay?
Okay. Can you even fathom the unsolicited deck pics that you can send to your friends?
They're gonna see this.
Oh, shit. There is so much wood here.
We're in a forest.
Oh. Size matters when it comes to decks. The little decks get the jobs done too.
True, but...
So now I would like to talk to you about multiple offers. Yes, we see it even in 2024. You might have seen it in your neighborhood. You might have seen it, or you saw it on TikTok, you saw it on Instagram, whatever the case is. Yes, they do exist. So what actually happens? So to sum it up very fast and very quickly, is that a realtor, with the help of the seller, they sit down and they decide to take a particular approach in selling their home. So they will reduce the price of their property significantly in order to draw all these buyers, to draw all these viewers and the buyer agents. So it helps. I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but now if inventory is rising, it's skyrocketing in Toronto, how is that going to help? So then the next post, what you see is like, oh, sold over asking by X. Yes, technically it is true, they sold over asking by X, but I'm sure that they did sell in that particular threshold or the market value. Now, I have another short video from Global News Toronto recorded on December 30th, 2023. So let's watch it together and let's comment on it.
Canada's housing market isn't quite going into hibernation, but it's hunkered down this winter. Activity has slowed and there's a chill in the pace of price growth.
I think it will require several rate cuts before we see, for example, first home buyers start to make their way into the market in fairly large numbers.
Most analysts expect the first interest rate cut from the Bank of Canada in the spring or summer. That may be the catalyst for more activity. And Royal LePage's CEO predicts 3 to 5 year fixed mortgages will surge in popularity.
We believe that by the end of 2024, people will be acquiring homes with 4 to 5% 5-year fixed mortgage rates.
There will be major sticker shock next year for people renewing at much higher rates.
The majority of them will be able to cope and will be able to remain there. It's just that they'll have to tighten their belt and cut back on some other spending.
Reduced spending and a slowing global economy are reasons most economists believe Canada will tip into a short, shallow recession.
But not even the combination of a slower housing market or rate cuts are expected to be enough to make a major dent in housing affordability. And Ipsos polling exclusively for Global News shows record frustration over home ownership.
More than 3/4 say owning a home in Canada is now only for the rich. 71% of renters have given up on ever owning a home. Ipsos Public Affairs Global CEO says this is a hot-button issue in major urban centres, especially among young people, struggling with the rising cost of living, kissing their dream of owning a house goodbye.
A type of middle-class suburban home that I thought I was always going to be entitled to, particularly the type of home that I was going to raise my family in, I don't think I have access to that anymore.
He says the political backlash from this economic issue will be significant. Anne Gaviola, Global News, Toronto.
So even analysts by the end of 2023 did speculate, or they were kind of, analyzing the market, and they were right. So the interest rates went down mid-2024, and that would encourage all of the buyers to get in the market. So now my question is, where are all these buyers? If banks are being more willing to give these opportunities to the buyers, where are they now? So that's the number one question. And number two question is, if that was the case, we would not have the inventory rise that fast. Now, on the other hand, the question that I also have is like, what are these sellers doing? I mean, like, were they kind of holding on for the longest time, and then they decided, okay, this is the best opportunity because the market is heating up, so let us continue to put our properties on the market, including obviously speculators, investors, and everybody else. So it is hard to know where the market is heading. I believe that we will have a rocky market, and I do believe that you will be able to pick up deals. The deals are out there, and these numbers that Toronto Real Estate Board and everybody else is kind of throwing out there, I would say it is safe to say that the number of 16% down is accurate, and obviously it will depend in different neighborhoods and the areas you live in, but as a whole we went down by 16%. I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked the location where we're filming. Park Lawn is a beautiful, beautiful little pocket. They did so much investing in this pocket. Like, they built so many towers. The people here are, for the most part, are trying to be entertained by walking by the lake. They have like long bike trails and all of that stuff. So I hope you like this video. Please like, share, and comment, and see you all next time.